Hello, it's great to be here on another glorious day, and we're proud and blessed to be able to provide another penny stock analysis video for you for your education in investing prowess. So let's get on with it from pennystockanalysis.com. Our stock analysis video for today will be on the company American Diversified Holdings Corporation. They trade under the symbol ADHC on the pink sheets, and their website is www.americandiversifiedholdings.com. Of course, all that information is on the screen for you, and just as a brief about what they do, American Diversified Holdings is a company involved in mobile healthcare applications, and as such they've made all the required interest and purchases of companies to make that come true. So of course, visit the website, learn a little bit more about the company and the exciting industry that it is working in. American Diversified Holdings has made a lot of good business decisions this year, and they continue to move forward with their mobile healthcare platform. So as you may know, once you go to the website and research a little bit more about them, they were involved in Alzheimer testing online, and now they've acquired Rebel Networks, which is a cloud computing company which allows them to take that business and scale it anywhere around the world if they so please. So they completed that merger with Rebel Networks in April of this year, and Rebel Networks is growing by leaps and bounds. In fact, they just reached a milestone where they have over 10,000 websites, 50,000 email accounts, and these are all from clients in 26 different countries around the world. So we can see that Rebel Networks is really making huge leaps and bounds in the growth of the company, and they're diving full steam ahead into cloud computing, and they're expecting aggressive growth of 30%, increased EBITDA, and so forth. Again, read the news releases from ADHC, and you can see all the great news that's coming out of this company. Keeping true to form for penny stock analysis videos, we introduce you to the stock, a little bit about what they do, and now it's time to get on to the status technical work of the stock. So right now we see a 6-month chart for ADHC, and what I'd like to bring your attention to here is first thing is the volume chart, which is on the bottom. So the volume recently has been tremendous. It's in fact grown over the last 6 months by leaps and bounds compared to what it was trading at the year before, in essence, and especially the 6 months before this period. So ADHC has clearly made waves in the business sector and the mobile health sector, and as such they're being rewarded with higher volume shares traded in their stock. And the next thing is the price chart on the top. The red line is a 50-day moving average, and of course it's very bullish when a company moves above the 50-day moving average, which is that red line, and we can see that they've crossed above it, bounced off of it, and now continue their rise from actually below 0.001, and now they're at 0.003, so that's a double and a triple in the stock. So of course, if you were able to get in on the bottom, you've seen a great gain, and that line, that dark blue line, represents resistance, and we can see that that resistance keeps going up, and as such the price keeps going up. Our second chart for today is the MACD chart. So if we look towards the bottom, we see that for the better part of the last, let's call it 4 months, the MACD chart, the signal line, which is red, and the blue line, which is the MACD line, have followed each other very closely. The key point is that it has risen closer and closer to that zero line, and if we look within the dark blue circle in the chart, that's exactly the point where the MACD line crossed above the red signal line. It also crossed above the zero line, which means it's a very bullish sign, and correspondingly, and with no surprise, if we look at the price chart in that blue circle, which is directly above the exact same corresponding time period, we see that the price of ADHC has gone through that meteoric rise in the last month and a half, 2 months. So again, and this remains very bullish as the MACD remains above zero line. And finally, we come here to the relative strength index, the RSI chart for ADHC. So if we look at the bottom, we see that of course there's a couple of times during the rise of ADHC where it has reached 80, which is considered an overbought position. More importantly, however, is that it has found support at the 40 level on the relative strength index chart, which means that there's still power in the movement, and we think so too, especially given the real business and the real growth that's happening at ADHC, especially through Rebel Networks. So given that, we can see the bounce has already started happening, there's strong support, and as such we continue to see the price of ADHC rise. And again, on the price chart, there's another support line that clearly shows the higher lows and the higher highs that are being met. And with that, this brings us to the conclusion of today's video analysis of ADHC, which trades on the pink sheet, the company's American Diversified Holdings Corporation, and it's in the mobile health and sector. And what we can see is that they're making a lot of great business developments. They have strong support and rising share price, and we expect that trend to continue going forward because the population is getting older, they're more familiar with technology, and as such this will be a booming sector, and it's already showing those growth signs here. So from Penny Stock Analysis and PennyStockAnalysis.com, invest wisely.